of the other services I think that Stonington provides to our community members in regards to having information that will then allow us to support our students in their early childhood experiences is what we have here, which is called Project PAD. Can we talk about what is PAD screening?
Well, there's a national program called Child Find, and it's a component of the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. And that act requires that all states identify, locate, and assess children who might require special education or early intervention services. And so preschool screening, the Project PAD, the preschool assessment of development is our way of implementing the Child Find program here in Stonington.
So who would be eligible for PAD screening?
Children eligible for PAD are 2.5 to 6 years old, and they must either reside in Stonington or attend a preschool program, community program in Stonington Public School District.
And what are some of the indicators that PAD screening would involve? So if I'm going to bring my little guy in for a PAD screen, what can I expect that the professional who is implementing this assessment is going to do?
Well, you'll see a nurse on staff who will do the vision and hearing screening, and then the occupational therapist implements a fine motor screen, the physical therapist implements a gross motor screen, speech-language pathologist does language and articulation, and a special education preschool teacher implements the concept section. And the children are brought to the central office preschool classroom with their parents, and the parents go to a little meet and greet with one of our special ed teachers, and they kind of describe the process that their children are going to be going through. And then across the hall in the preschool classroom, we each have a station that assesses one of those areas that I've just discussed. And then we let the children play for a while so we get their impression about their play skills and their social skills about each other.
Do parents need to make a phone call and set up an appointment for this screening?
PAD screening is usually the second Friday of the month. We have appointments at 9:15 and at 10:30. And parents just need to call the central administration office and make an appointment for one of those screening times. And you'll be getting some information in the mail about things you can practice with your child for the vision and hearing screening. And then there might be some questions about the reason for the referral. Do you have specific concerns about your child development, and that's the reason you're bringing your child to screening, or do you just want to get an overall look of what their developmental profile is?
So then what information do parents receive after the screening is done?
They get standard score information in each of those areas I talked about, and that gives a percentile rank of where each child falls within a percentile area that is considered average for other children their age. So from the dial screening information, we get information that tells us, is the child developing typically as other children her age, or is there some area in particular that we'd like to take another look at and do some further assessment?
Just to describe a little bit more in terms of what early childhood programs the Stonington Public Schools actually offers. We do have currently 2 integrated preschool programs. Both of the programs have children who have individual education plans and children who are considered typical peers. We do ask the typical peers if the parents are interested in being a part of the typical peer program and or our lottery, if we don't have available slots, that they do come in for the PAD screening also. And then we also have Choose Playgroup, and that meets on Friday mornings at 10:30, Kathy?
10:30.
10:30. And certainly if you'd like to participate in that, that's for our 2-year-olds in the Stonington community, and it gives parents and children an opportunity to come into the central office, connect with, actually it's an educational consultant who's a liaison from our educational agency, Learn, and also sometimes our preschool teachers and speech and language pathologists come into the classroom, interact with the children and the families, and so it's another nice connection. So if you're interested in either a Choose program for your 2-year-old, which is a play group, and or a slot possibly in our preschool program as a typical peer, or as a child with special needs, certainly contact our office and we can give you more information about that.
Thank you. So this year, as we stated earlier, one of our goals is to continue to improve our level of community outreach and involvement with local agencies and child care facilities. To that end, some of you, all of you hopefully, have been receiving phone calls and emails looking for contact and updated information so that we can include you in on our mailing list. So if you are in the audience and you are a child care facility or a support agency and would like to be involved in the Kindergarten Readiness Council, please send us your contact information and we will gladly include you in on our mailing list. And I would like to thank our panel here today.
Thank you.
For your time and for this information. And we look forward to seeing all of you in the very near future. Thank you.